Do not sleep on the Nintendo Switch 2. Look, I know a lot of people look at Nintendo and immediately think that it's just for kids or all it can do is play Mario games. But after spending some time with this device, I honestly think that Nintendo built one of the easiest, most enjoyable handhelds that you can buy today. And let me show you why. One thing I don't think Nintendo gets enough credit for is for how they communicate with their community. They regularly get in front of the camera, especially during Nintendo Direct presentations, and tell their players exactly what is coming up next. Unlike PlayStation, who recently made a huge announcement that hit home for me, is they're no longer gonna make physical games for their future consoles. And that's hard to hear because I used to collect games all the time and still have friends that collect till this day. And that makes you wonder, is Nintendo going that way? And there's no announcement of that. But they did announce that they're gonna have their first price hike of $50 come September 1st. So if you've been eyeballing a Nintendo Switch, make sure you get it now before the $50 price hike and consider that your discount, because honestly, they have to follow what's going on with the economy. And sadly, that's what's happening. But $50 is still extremely conservative compared to the competition. Lenovo Legion Go just went up $1,000 a couple months ago. PlayStation went up a couple $100 a couple months ago, and even Steam Deck. The Steam Deck's now going up to $950 for a 1 terabyte, which used to at one point be close to $500. So Nintendo still cares about their people and are trying to make it affordable. So keep that in mind. Here's another misconception that Nintendo has, and that is that all it has is Mario games and Zelda games. Sure. Yes, it does have those games like Mario and Zelda and Donkey Kong, and those games are absolutely incredible, but there's so much more now. You have games like Resident Evil, you have games like The Witcher, Oblivion, Red Dead Redemption, and you're even seeing games like Pragmata and Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, which if you didn't know, that's exclusive to Nintendo with 2 extra characters. That's important to me because I love Elden Ring, by far my favorite game ever created. But anyways, it's the fact that they're making games just like this for Nintendo. And if you didn't know, these are AAA games, so the fact that Nintendo can actually handle them is extremely cool and awesome to know that their hardware can keep up and has skin in the game. Also, another thing is people think that these games are extremely expensive. And yes, exclusive Nintendo games are expensive and pricey at $70 for games, but these other games like Red Dead Redemption and Oblivion, they go on discounts just like you would see them on the Steam store. So if they've been out a while, you can see them go down 50%, 40% and get a good discount on them, but it's those Nintendo games that are hard to get still at $70. But if you didn't know this hack here, March 10th spells out Mario, M-A-R-1-0, and they actually give pretty good discounts on Mario games. So put that in your calendar, because last year I was able to cop a whole bunch of games that were discounted and got everything I needed, like Mario Kart, Mario Rabbids, stuff like that that I just wanted to build up my library with. And again, super cool to know that they do things like that. But if you've owned a Nintendo Switch before, you probably know about this already. But if you've never owned one ever, and this is your first time ever owning one, everything is gonna feel new to you. You're gonna have decades worth of games to discover, and I mean hundreds and hours worth of games you probably never experienced before, like Zelda, Donkey Kong, older Mario games, Super Smash Brothers, and including indie games like Silk Songs that you can still add today. But speaking of building a library and wanting to keep them forever, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, which is Icewell Tech. They sent me over a ZimaBoard 2, which is a palm-sized x86 single motherboard server that can make home routers, smart home hubs, personal NAS systems, and things like that. And honestly, when they first reached out to me, I was pretty intimidated. One, because I didn't feel like I had the time to build a NAS system, nor did I feel like I had the knowledge. but this setup literally only took 30 minutes to get things going after I received my SSD drives in the mail. I decided to only go with 1 terabyte for now just to see how it works. So what I decided to do was set up my own NAS system because I was extremely tired of paying a subscription for Google Drive, for iCloud, for things like that. So pretty much I have my own mini cloud storage here at home. And again, like I said, it took me 15 minutes. I no longer have a monthly subscription, and all I had to do was pretty much pay for this SSD drive. And like I said, I started with 1 terabyte because I didn't know much about this. Now I went ahead and ordered 2 8 terabyte drives so I can beef up my NAS system. And I have all my iCloud photos in there, all my iPhone photos, all my games, all my backups, all my emulation stuff that I want to put on there and save. That way I can put on any other device that I want to. Again, having a personal NAS system is extremely incredible. And also, the ZimaOS made this setup extremely easy. It's really modern looking, it's really sleek, and I love how it integrates with your stuff. And again, this server, you can reach wherever you want. If you're on the go, on vacation, wherever you're at, you can access your home server, upload to it, delete stuff from it, grab whatever you need on the go, no matter where you are, as long as you have everything set up like you need. So again, thank you so much Icewell Tech for sponsoring this video and sending over that ZimaBoard, because this thing is extremely cool and don't see me living without it anymore. But back to the Nintendo Switch 2. What keeps bringing me back to this device? I think it's really how easy this thing is to use. It's one of the lightest handhelds out of my collections, especially compared to the Lenovo Legion Go 2. And one thing that I love is when I'm done holding this device, which is not that heavy, is I can just set it back in the dock and continue playing in my living room. And when I'm done playing in my living room or tired of playing on a TV and need to finish something up right before I go to bed, I can undock, it instantly starts going right back to where I left off. And I love the no hassle experience with this thing. And that's, again, that's huge for the Nintendo Switch. I know other handhelds you can plug into eGPUs, setups, and whatnot, but it's not as easy as the Nintendo Switch. Here's another thing. I know this device isn't OLED, but it still has a beautiful bright screen, and it's one of the bigger compared to these other handhelds as well. It's actually one of my preferred right after the Lenovo Legion Go 2, and definitely beats the Xbox Ally X, and that's just to show you that's a Nintendo Switch, no OLED, and it looks just as good, if not better than some of my other handhelds. And then another thing, battery life. This thing actually has one of the better battery lives compared to my other handhelds. My Lenovo Legion Go 2, again, it dies pretty quick. My Xbox Ally X, depending on what I'm playing, dies. The only other one it competes well with is the Steam Deck OLED. But here's another thing. I do have one complaint, and that's the joysticks. I don't think they're that comfortable. That's one thing that I wish Nintendo really focused on. But thankfully, that's an easy fix. That's another thing Nintendo absolutely nails, is that the accessory market is huge. You can get cases, grips, controllers, skins, dock accessories, you name it, it's probably out there. There's so many people making things for the Nintendo Switch. And for my use case, for example, I don't like the Joy-Cons by themselves. JSAUX makes this amazing case where you can just slip on the Nintendo and gives you that comfortable ergonomic feeling that you're needing. And another one is 8BitDo, sent over a controller through Veature and pairs perfectly with my Nintendo Switch. So all to recap is don't sleep on the Nintendo Switch. I'm telling you, the Nintendo Switch has great games. Games do go on discount. The accessory market is huge. It's one of my preferred handhelds, especially with ease of use. It's so many use cases to it, easy to travel with. It's not heavy. I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Nintendo Switch, especially if games and game developers are starting to prioritize it and make sure that their games are compatible with it. I think the Nintendo Switch is good. Love the accessories, love everything you can do. And again, exclusive Nintendo games are just so much fun to play and bring so much life, especially when you're trying to play co-op in the living room with friends or family. So if you've made it this far into this video, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.